All right, hello Evelings, and welcome to another episode of Aries Gaming. We're going to play EVE Online today like we always do, and today we're going to be talking about the EVE Online X Doctor Who crossover event thing. Now, at first, I got to admit, I wasn't really too keen on this. It seemed a bit frustrating at first, but once I got the hang of it, I actually started to really enjoy it. It's one of my favorite events, except for maybe like Easter egg hunt, capsule hunter thing, which was pretty fun, and the Grand Prix, which was also a whopping good time. But this has definitely been more interesting than I gave it credit for initially. So we're going to talk about kind of the ins and outs of it, how to do it, and then kind of what the rewards for it are and things like that. First of all, if you're new to EVE, welcome. It's a huge, insane game, and it takes like 800 years to be good at this game. So don't get frustrated. It's really hard. The first thing you got to do in this event is you have to be able to scan stuff down. Now, I'm going to share the fit that I use to do this because those of you that are more experienced in watching probably might want a fit to run around in, or you've got one that works for you, but here's what I do. So we're going to open up the fitting window. I'm using Helios to do this. And my Helios fit has only three things in mind, actually. It has the Relic Analyzer, which is what you use on every single container to hack them and to get inside in this event. You don't even need a data. That's just, I have it on here because it's my Helios, man. You got to put the data on there. The other thing I've got is a Microwarpdrive. You absolutely need this thing to get around fast, especially in the harder hacking sites. You can't waste too much time flying between the cans. You got to at least be able to go pretty darn fast in there. So with this thing pumping, I can get up about 4,000 meters a second, which is pretty crazy. So you can get around to the cans very quickly in the sites with this. Another piece of equipment that I think belongs on literally every hacking scanning ship is the cargo scanner. This works on cans. If you didn't know that, it works on cans. And you can see what's inside the can to see if it's even worth your time to fly over there and get the shiny stuff inside. The shiny trinkets. And if it's not worth it, then you don't fly over there and you don't go get it. You know what I'm saying? So this will let you know what's inside. And then you can hack it if it's worth the time. The reason I'm talking about time isn't for these initial sites, it's for the other sites. We'll get into that in a second. And then I've got 3 nanos because I just want to, hang on, I should simulate so I can futz around. I just want to go even faster and I want more agility. You can do this, of course, in an Amicus, which is my ship of choice for doing things. A lot of people use the other exploration frigates, but if you set up an Amicus, we can do a very similar thing. And you need basically like some kind of Microwarpdrive, a Relic Analyzer. If you're newer, you'll probably only have access to, we should put the Enduring version on probably. Okay. And then like the cargo scanner, whatever, cargo scanner 1's totally fine, right? And even if you just run these 3 modules, with a probe launcher. This is the module that will let you scan down the sites, is this core probe launcher. So even with a fit that looks as bare bones and weird as this, 16, always 16, never 8, people, never 8. It's annoying. You can get some stuff done with this. Now, obviously, you have another mid slot, and you've got some rigs where you can use to beef up your scanning potential, and also how strong your Relic Analyzer is. So, with a fit that costs 805,000, you can get some stuff done. But for the more advanced players, the Helios is the way to go. Okay, so the first thing you do is on your little probey window, there's cosmic signatures all over the place, and one of these things will be potentially the warp matrix convergence, which is what you're looking for. It is a level 1 relic site. So if you scan something down and it's a level 1 relic site, it has the potential to become, as you scan it all the way to 100%, it has the potential to become a delicious warp matrix convergence. Now, I know there's not one in this system because my handy dandy fleet mates have already tagged everything in this system, and I don't know if I'll be able to find one right now. But the basics of scanning go like this. If you want to skip the scanning section, I'll put a timestamp to the next part of the video, but I thought I should go over this really quick. First of all, you can't be cloaked when you're launching your probes for whatever reason. And you also need to be careful for nasty babies. Look at all these guys that are coming in here. So we're going to decloak, And we're going to launch our probes really quick from our scanner. Now they launch, and then you can zoom in a little bit. Let's say I want to find out what this X is. Well, first you can click on it, and that centers it in your probe window here. I'm going to recloak now because you can, so no bad babies find me. And then here's your little ball of probes. Aren't they adorbs? So from this top view here, you can drag your probes onto the X. And then what I do is I just double-click the screen, and that rotates it to the other angle, right? You only need to line this up on 2 angles, okay? And then you put it here. Now, if I go back and forth, my little probe box will be right on there, okay? And then this little X has this red sphere around it that looks like this, and you want to match your blue wads to the red sphere. So match your blue wads to the red sphere, or like, you know, get them kind of close. They got to be kind of outside the red sphere. And then you can push Analyze. Your probes will scatter themselves to the heavens, and they will scan down this little red X in the center here. Now this little X will move around as you scan it. Okay, so I know this isn't going to be what I'm looking for, but you're going to have to do a lot of scanning. And so now here it is. It's become a dot. It's upgraded to a dot instead of an X, which means we're on the trail. So you do that same thing again, move your doohickeys, and then shrink this down. I usually just shrink it down 1 tick at a time. You might have different results by shrinking it down a couple at a time or something like that. But I always find that ticking it down 1 at a time is completely sufficient for what you're trying to do here. You'll be in high sec probably if you're starting out, so you won't have to worry about bad babies coming to get you. Then you just do this again. Basically, just keep centering your probes on the dot wherever it moves to. Keep shrinking them down, and eventually this little thing will kind of finish off, right? We're going to get closer. Whoa, it's a gas site. How fun. Maybe I'll go get that later, but we'll just show you how to finish it off. Again, center it, double-click that, center it, shrink, scan. Very straightforward. To keep track of your signature, you can keep clicking on it to center it, and you can always zoom in and out like this. But that's really all there is to scanning. The faster you can do this, the better. There we go. It's a Calabash Nebula. So that's all there is. This is already scanned. I'm just scanning it into the ground. Okay, so once you find the relic site or whatever, you can warp there. I'm going to warp to this gas site within 100 just to show you. If you can right-click right on it and say warp to, and then when you get there, there'll be containers to hack. So that's that. We will go into one of the things in a second, and I'll show you how to hack as well, which is the other main part of the exploration part of the event. Okay, so here is the deal. I'm flying back to my my factory where I make the filaments. So once you hack the cans inside of one of these warp matrix convergences, which you have found because you are a clever space pirate, you get certain things from inside those cans, and I will show you what they are. Everything is labeled like peculiar, so you'll get all these time crystal oscillators, strange matter components of different numbers and letters and other things and dashes. And these are used to build the blueprints that you can also get blueprint copies. So what a blueprint copy is just you can use this some amount of times to build whatever it is. So this is a one run blueprint copy. So once you manufacture the thing, this blueprint copy goes away. So as you can see, I've got quite a few. So I think it's a little bit easier to get the copies of the blueprints than it is to get the materials. But basically, let's say I wanted to manufacture one of these guys. I can say use blueprint here. And then if I have all the materials, I'm one strange matter component, X37 short from being able to build one of these. But I built a couple these ones last night. Oh, I built some Mars shuttles and all kinds of fun stuff. There are 2 kinds of filaments that you can build from these blueprint copies. The ones that have like mystery names will send you to an exploration site with a ton of cans to hack, and they're really awesome for gathering materials and other things. And then so if you show info and if you go to like here, you can see what it's going to build. Level 1 exploration filament. So you go in there, a single capsuleer flying an exploration frigate or covert ops ship will be able to do it. And there are no hostiles inside these. So the curious, the enigmatic, and the mysterious filaments are the exploration ones. They're kind of skinny and thin, like an explorer, I guess. And the ones that are combat ones are kind of heftier, like a combat guy, I guess. So the dangerous ones, the precarious ones, the hazardous ones, and there's also one more that I can't remember, but it's like a level 4 one, and I'm not going in there alone, Johnny. You can't make me. So I don't have one of those. I haven't found one of those that dropped yet. So I built a couple dangerous ones, which is the level 3 ones. And at the end of this video, I'm going to try to go into one of those in my Vexor that does the level 2s. So yeah, we'll see what happens there. As you can see with these, they do have estimated costs, which means you can buy these off the market somewhere, Jita or wherever your little heart desires. But you know, even the materials themselves are pretty lucrative. So this is the stack of Doctor Who materials, and it's 190 mil worth of stuff, and you can go sell that as well if you're not interested in building the filaments and running the stuff. Just go sell the stuff. Come on, you can do whatever you want. Okay. So we are actually going to head into a mysterious warp matrix filament, which is the highest level exploration filament, and I'm going to talk about hacking in there as fast as I can. The reason I was so concerned about time before is that when you activate one of these filaments, it sets a 30-minute timer. So you can't just dilly-dally, shilly-shally around in there and do whatever your little heart pleases. You kind of got to hack and get out. So I will talk as I hack, and we'll look at what's in that site. I'm warping to the sun because the sun is fun. It rhymes, so it must be true. We got to leave fleet because otherwise it won't let me use the thing. So all my fleet mates are going to be like, huh? Use mysterious warp matrix filament. Now it's going to tell me to wait till the session change has completed. That's that little wheel timer up there. If you watched my video on 5 things I wish I'd known earlier, I cover that in great detail. But anyway, we're warping into here. Okay, so this is what's inside the level 3. First of all, I just turn my MWD on right away, and I start burning towards the first thing. Lock it up, and then we're going to start hacking. These hacks are insanely difficult. I won't have much time to talk or think too hard about these, but now that we've started, we might as well finish. These massive containers contain a lot of stuff. These massive containers contain a massive amount of stuff. So what we're doing when we hack is we are looking at the numbers. Ugh. Have to hack it cold. We're looking at the numbers. As the numbers go down, that means you are close to something. Either the system core, which is what you ultimately want to hack, and there it is, or one of these globes. Now, thou shalt not break the first commandment of hacking, which is, don't open the shiny golden globes unless you need to. You leave these alone, because they could be buff items, but they could also be very bad subnodes that do bad things to you, and a lot of times they are that. So only start opening these if you're panicking. You're running low on coherence, you're going to die soon, or whatever. Now this, when you get to one of these massive cores, they have 120 coherence. So if you have 40 virus strengths, you need to hack this 3 times, which means you need at least 21 health left in order to get it. And once you hack the core or whatever it's called, you can open the thing. Look at, there's 32 million in there. Ooh, Drake Navy issue. Too bad I don't fly the Drake. Well, that's going straight to the market. All right, we're going to head to we're going to lock the space return conduit. That's how we get back to the real world. But in the meantime, our timer's ticking up here. So warp field collapse, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Once we get close enough, we can start up our Relic Analyzer thingy. And then we can start hacking. Again, these spiky guys have to die right away. And thou shalt not break the second commandment of hacking, which is you only need to kill stuff if you need to kill it. Otherwise, you can kind of leave it alone. These spiky guys need to die pretty much right away. So there's the core again. I got lucky on these hacks, honestly. And there's, you know, another 2 million worth of stuff in there. So now we're going to a huge one. Now these will have a different difficulty of hack. And, you know, if that's the case, then you can not pay quite as much attention. So this, again, is the level 3 filament. So what the stuff you're running won't be nearly this difficult if you're just kind of starting out. These hacks are wild. So we're gonna pop that subnode there with our special item at the bottom. And the third commandment of hacking, I should really write these down. I'm just coming up with them right now. But they pretty much... The 3 commandments: don't open the golden globes unless you need them. Don't kill anything you don't think needs to die. And there, see, there's the core down there. It's only got 90 hit points, which is actually the same as having 120. We can go into the math later, but that's exactly the same. Don't let the 120 intimidate you. It's the same as if it had 90, or actually the same as if it had 81, depending on what your hacking is. So, because you don't take damage from the last hit. But the third rule of hacking is thou shalt not click too darn fast so that you don't know what's going on. Okay, here's another massive one, so I have to be careful. This thing's got to die immediately. There, and always pick up these things right away. So I clicked a little too fast there and it cost me a bit. Pick up the good stuff, don't click too fast. Just chill, man. This has to die immediately. So these fives over here lead me to believe that I'm in the wrong spot for the core. I must have to head this direction. Wow, what do you know? And there we go. It looks like I got a blueprint out of that. Yeah, so I got another blueprint copy, so that's great. So yeah, I think those are the three main hacking things. The fourth commandment of hacking is thou shalt look for the rule of 6. I've covered this in several videos, lots of people have. But there's something called rule of 6, and I'm hoping we can find it as we go along hacking, and if we do, we will talk about it. Now, I'm not going to sit here and have you watch me hack this whole thing. I'm going to skip to a combat site once I finish this out. So, you know, let's not get carried away, folks. If I run into a rule of 6, I will put that in the video. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Ho ho! So this bad subsystem here is surrounded by 6 other nodes. If that happens, one of these nodes is the core. So we're going to hack through this, and then we're going to start looking around. Oh, look, there it is. It works all the time. You'll also notice there's this grid, this blue line grid around the outside. If you go outside this grid, apparently it warps you to the other side somehow. So you can kind of use it as a tactical way to get around a little bit faster. Now, that's what one of my buddies told me. I wasn't going to go anywhere near this grid because there's a thing in this game called the Abyss, and when you're in the Abyss and you go outside the grid, your ship takes an unbelievable amount of damage, and most of the time you end up dying. So I was like, oh god, a grid. But apparently this one isn't so bad. It just warps you off to the other side of the sphere that you're in here. So, you know, you can maybe use that to your advantage, but I think you're probably best just learning to avoid grids in general and stay in the boundaries. This is really a game about conforming. So I'll see you on the other side of this hacking, and we will head into a combat site. All right, so we are back from our little exploration, and we made 5.1 billion. Okay, let me explain what's happening here. I got one of these things out of a can. It says it's 5 billion estimated price, but I don't know that that is a real thing or not. It's a clothing thing, so odds are good that I can only get that price if I'm able to sell it for 5 bill. That seems like that's not real. But anyway, without this thing, we still got a good 100-something million. Now this is the couple of skins, right? So skins are not too reliable. These little things all appear, as far as I can tell, don't do anything. They're just little collector's items. We got a bunch of about 25 mil worth of salvage stuff, which is pretty nice. We got an extended and a basic cerebral accelerator, which is good. And we got some of these air relic things that increase like your ability to scan and your ability to hack. But the relic range boosters are stupid. And there's no point in having your relic analyzer go farther than it does since you're MWDing everywhere. Here's some of the components to build the blueprints. I got 4 blueprint copies, got some fireworks, and then I got these peculiar data sheets. I wanted to talk about these really quick. As far as I know, these have no use except you can sell them to NPC buy orders all over the place. But anyway, there are NPC buy orders. You can see where they are, and I believe there's some right in the station that I'm in. They'll buy them for 10,000 ISK each. And so a stack of 500 of these is like, you know, it's where it goes, like 6 million ISK or whatever. But you have to put it in your item hanger to sell it, of course. We wouldn't want to make this game easy. Sell this item. Immediate, you want to make sure it says immediate, and then you just sell it, and you get a bunch of ISK. They don't have any other use. So that's what we got out of the Doctor Who wormhole. Now, we are going to head into one of the combat sites, but not before we drop this off in here, I guess. And we also got another shirt, which we'll probably put on later because it looks pretty nifty. Maybe it'll go good under my current shirt. We'll see. So I'm going to head to the, let's see, these can both go to Orville. As can these, because I don't really care about those. And these things too, why not? Nobody wants them. Actually, we'll keep them because whatever, we'll just use them for fun. The rest of this stuff is going to the factory. So here we go. Okay, so we're dropping the blueprints into here. We'll drop all these materials into my materials bin. And because I'm OCD, we're going to go stack this, even though it doesn't matter at all. And then we're going to hop into here, and I'm going to show you the PvP filaments. Not PvP, the PvE, like combat filament, basically. The one I'm going to run is the level 2. The level 1 filament is so easy. There are 2 frigates and 1 battlecruiser thing, and you could probably do it with your eyes closed and your mouse upside down and 1 leg stuffed in your ear. You know what I'm saying? That old phrase. So I'm going to have to leave fleet again in a second, but we'll talk about this. I will link this fit. This is the fit that I am going to try it with today. Now this, I might end up dying in this. I was experimenting. I used to have a cap booster in this slot, but I think I can get it done without the cap booster. We'll have to see, I guess. We're going to find out if I'm going to have a bad time. I will link the fit with the actual cap booster if this fails. If this doesn't fail, though, we're going with this fit because it's just easier to not have to get a bunch of cap boosters and put them in your cargo hold and all this other junk. This is a straight-up Vexor with a medium armor rep and some drones. And the main thing you need to keep in mind for the combats is you need an Omni tank because you're getting dealt damage by every single damage type, and you need to have some amount of DPS because again these are timed as well. So we're going back to the sun. Now in the first combat site, like I said, there's only 2 frigates and a battlecruiser, the main battlecruiser ship that you have to kill. If you can't slap together some kind of T1 cruiser to deal with that stuff, you probably shouldn't be doing events yet. You should be watching my other videos on how to not be a scrub and how to play Eve. This is what I've slapped together. The Sebo, sensor booster, and the drone link AUGs. I don't have very good drone skills. Don't tell my Galente friends. Will allow me to hit these turrets that are pretty far away. So I can target out to 105k and my drones can go to 89, which will allow me to take out the turrets very quickly. In the level 2 combat sites, which is what we're going to go into right now, there's the battlecruiser, like 5 frigates that kind of spawn at random times throughout the fight, and also these 2 turrets that are pretty darn far away. And so I usually try to take those out first to mitigate a lot of the incoming DPS. So let's see if we live here. We'll find out, I guess, with this whole new fit without the cap booster. We're going to do our little best. So we're going to turn on our Sebo, and we are going to target these turrets. We're going to get our drones out. Hornets are fine for this. They fly the fastest anyway. And then we're just going to lock everything up and try not to die. The reason that we need, that I was using cap boosters before, is that the main ship throws out these void bombs that are like big giant nuding bombs. And when they hit you, they blow up a significant portion of your cap. So we took out 1 turret. Now we got to fly our drones all the way over here. And we're actually I'm going to try to orbit this thing a little wider than I normally do. Maybe the void bombs will have trouble hitting me. So there goes that, and there goes that guy. Now we can clear the rest of the frigates. Here's the guided bomb flying through the air. But it moves pretty slow, so I'm just hoping that... but I also might just be able to outrun it, in all honesty, which would be pretty awesome. Doesn't look like I can. Maybe if I orbit this thing wider. See, the main ship has like basically what amounts to like a grappler, I think. So the closer I get, the slower I go. Look at this bomb. This is kind of funny. Okay, the little ships are dead, so I'm going to put my Hornets away for now. And I'm going to get out the big guns. So 2 Wasps, 2 Vespas, and a Hornet. And hopefully maybe I can just, keep orbiting. Now there's 2 guided bombs, but I'm not sure they're going to catch me. If I can stay faster than the bombs, I guess that's good, right? So if they never catch me, they won't blow up. Hey, this is going to work great. We can just orbit out this far since it's a drone ship anyway. Now this saucer has, you have to deal about 36,000 damage to it in order to kill it. So, and there's also a time limit here. So Sometimes these frigates respawn, and then you have to kill them again. There's 2 guided bombs just chasing after me the whole time. This is the best method, I guess, now. So there you go. There's the strategy. Orbit at 20 with your Afterburner on, and you don't need to worry about the bombs. Now there's 3 of them. Oh, my God. Just be a smart pilot, and you'll be okay. That's the Ares gaming promise? Okay, there goes the saucer. Sometimes there's another frigate spawn after this, so don't like get up and go to the bathroom and wash your hands and make coffee and eat a taco and all that stuff, because sometimes the bad guys... Oh, the bombs went away. The bombs go away when he dies. Wow. Cool. So there's 26 mil in there, including a blueprint for another mysterious one, which I thoroughly enjoy. And now we're just heading for the space return conduit thing. And even if the frigates spawn, we don't necessarily have to kill them, I don't think, to get out, but we'll find out. Yep, and you can just jump without even killing the last wave of frigates. They don't have anything anyway, so there's no point unless you're trying to get one of these or get your killing spree or something. It doesn't really matter. Okay, so we're going to head back here, and we're going to drop off our stuff. And that is the level 2 combat site. Thank you for watching and making it this far in the video. Now, perhaps you will get a view of me exploding as I try the level 3 in this fit with my new strategy of orbit at 20. We'll see if it works. We'll see if we can stave the bombs off and see if we can get it done in under 30 minutes with my 400 DPS with these drones. So yeah, awesome. Here comes some bonus content. If you liked this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't like it, please unlike and unsubscribe. It'll hurt my feelings, but it's okay. We're all grown-ups here except for me. So I will see you next time on Ares Gaming. I hope that explained as much. If you have questions, please type them in the comments. And otherwise, see you later. I'm heading into a dangerous matrix. And hopefully I won't blow up. Make sure you're in a blank clone. All right. See you next time. And goodbye, cruel world. Get out there, dorks. Let's go. There's the grappler. But we got bonus speed in this one. So I think we might be okay here. We have to really kill these frigates off quickly now. There's about a jillion of them. So I think we're okay. I think we're going to do it. Maybe. Okay, we don't need this anymore. So we'll turn that off to save cap in case the bombs. So here's the guided bombs again. Oh my goodness gracious. That's a lot of frigates. We need to mop these up quick. This is why I love flying Vexors. Now our drones are starting to take significant fire here. So we're going to need to be careful and put them away. Because we don't want to lose them. Okay, we need to take more aggro onto ourselves, maybe. Or actually, we probably just need to sack these Hornets. Because we can't hold that kind of damage, I don't think. Oof, this is going to get spicy. We're going to overheat. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Get in the bay. Yes. Get in the bay, get in the bay, get in the bay, get in the bay. Oh my god, that's a lot of frigates. Oh, here comes the bombs. I think they're going faster than last time. I don't think we're going to make it. We need a Vespa to come out and help with these ships. Another Vespa, come on. Oh my god, these never stop. Oh my god. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Gotta take some aggro on myself again. Doesn't look like the bombs can hit me still. Okay, we're launching Hornets again. Looks like a combination of Vespas and Hornets can take care of this, but do they ever stop coming? Because otherwise we're totally toast. I think we're okay. 4 guided bombs. Where's the big dog? There he is. Okay, okay. Only 3 left to clear. Wow, this was pretty spicy. Let's go. Drones, wake up. Okay, that was pretty spicy. There are 5 guided bombs on the field, but I feel like as long as we keep orbiting, we should be okay. Now, we need to launch our big dogs and start picking away at this saucer before the next wave of doofuses shows up. So let's go. All right, now it's just a DPS race. And as long as those bombs don't hit us... Oh, that one's getting close. Nope. Bye-bye. So they're moving at about 320, and I'm moving at about 384. So I might even be able to go wider with my orbit just to get away from this darn grappler. Let's try that. We just really don't want those bombs to hit us. Because then everything bad happens at once. Especially if more of those little wieners show up. So yeah, out this far, I'm able to get a pretty good speed. So here's these guys. Let's clear them out so that we don't have to worry about them anymore. Because they deal a pretty good amount of damage, and they're annoying. So we're going to kill them. They should be a little easier to take down this time. They're targeting my drones again, but they seem to spread their aggro out, which is actually really interesting. I like that. Because, I mean, Gilas can't come in here. That's why they have to balance drones, because they made the Gila. If they just removed the Gila from the game, then everything would be a lot better, wouldn't it? I hate the Gila. It's a ship for cheaters and lazy people. There, I said it. He said as he flew his Vexor, another drone boat. But the Gila's on a different level, and you and I both know it. So don't even start with me. I'm not in the mood for it. So, knock it off. Look at all these bombs. They're just all useless. Look at them. They're following me around. So as long as you can keep your velocity higher than about 360, you should be okay. So, you know, orbit at 25, I suppose, is even better. Because you don't really need to orbit at 20. That was just a number I picked because it sounded like a good number. I love how these look. I really wish this was a playable ship in the game, to be completely honest. This would be amazing to pilot. Look at these flashy... Oh my god, it's just the art team is... Look at this. Oh my god, look at this screenshot. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll see another one of these guys later. But god, that's so good. Oh no, this guided bomb is on its way. No, no, no. Get away, get away, get away. Haha, sucker. See you later. And we got it. We're going to go loot it. And drones, your job here is done. Even if more guys spawn, we are just going to take the gate. And thanks for watching the bonus content. I will be working this fit, and perhaps I can take off the battery and maybe get something else. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. But thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day.